All right, here's what we know about Social Security, that it's projected to run out of money by 2032. Now, it was never really designed to be, a retirement catch-all for everybody. It was designed to reach out and help people survive once they get to an age where they can no longer work. But over time, people paying into it since the 30s when it was created, there was a big pot of money there. And what Congress did in the late 70s and early to mid 80s is they took the money and they spent it. Now, I don't know if they took it personally and put it in their checking account or, put it in, build a bridge in their area to try to get reelected or whatever. That happened. All right. Presidents didn't steal the money. They couldn't do it. All right. So don't go, well, Reagan or Carter or Obama or whoever. No, it was Congress, and it was bipartisan too. This wasn't a Democrat-Republican thing. It was our elected officials that stole the money. That's a fact. All right. So if I'm sitting here and I'm the president of the United States, I'm going to talk to President Trump right now. And by the way, I have a vested interest because I'm 55. And so by the time I'm eligible, it's projected to be out of money, which is a bummer. But also it affects you and your family too. Even if you're a 20-year-old going, what's JRod doing talking about Social Security? Well, your parents and your grandparents have been paying into Social Security their whole life and deserve the money, by the way. And so, there's that. They do deserve the money. This is not like the only group I'm blaming is Congress. And by the way, most of those congressional people that stole the money are dead or, in the 80s and 90s and don't even know what day it is. So whatever, it's what's done is done. But it's really turned into a Ponzi scheme in that they need more youth in the program to pay for the elderly or the people that are getting Social Security, and there's no money there. All right. And with the increase of people getting on Social Security benefits by the age of 62 and older, and a decrease in the youth population, it's a mess. All right. So people just kicked the can. Congress people just kicked the can down the road, and now it's coming to a head. So who's going to try to fix it? Here's some advice for President Trump that he needs to do like yesterday. All right. He needs to reach out to a bunch of his friends or allies or acquaintances that are wealthy enough to the point where they don't need Social Security. And he needs to call for not necessarily a press conference, but time on national media and bring all those people into the Oval Office. All right. And he needs to say, my fellow Americans, we are in a dire situation with Social Security. Millions upon millions of you have paid into it for 30 or 40 or 50 years, and you deserve it. And our Congress, whether they knew it or didn't know it, has spent the money. It is no longer there. So he's saying this is the reason. It was a mistake. It was done on purpose. It was elected officials in both parties that did it. And he needs to acknowledge that. All right? It wasn't a president anywhere down the road that took it. It was Congress. All right? He needs to acknowledge that. Then he needs to have these people around him, Bill Gates and Elon Musk and, as many rich folk, even Warren Buffett or whatever, as many wealthy folks as he could. And they don't even have to be billionaires. But what he needs to say, number one, I am wealthy enough, meaning me, Donald Trump, am wealthy enough that I am going to forego my Social Security benefits. And I'm asking everyone that can live without your Social Security benefits to forego them. Now, you don't have to. This is only a request. And we're going to get a commitment from everybody here to not take Social Security. All right? So that means, every millionaire out there that doesn't need Social Security, please forego it. Now, they don't have to. They've paid into it. Acknowledge you've paid into it your whole life and you deserve it. And if you don't want to forego it, you don't have to. Take it. All right? Now, what that does, that mentally curbs the tide of, oh my gosh, we're in a drastic crisis. There will be millions of people that will say, hey, I can afford to live without my Social Security. They don't even have to be millionaires, all right? But I can live without my Social Security, even though I own it. I mean, even though I paid into it, even though I, as a billionaire, millionaire, whatever, do deserve my Social Security. I've been paid into it. I'm acknowledging that the reason was our government has failed us. That's a fact, all right? Number two, that yes, it's going to run out of money. That's a fact. And number three, that I'm asking all the people that don't need it, not take it. All right. That number one stems the tide of the crisis. Doesn't fix the problem. It stems the tide of the crisis and changes the psychology of the crisis. Number two, anyone that is 45 or older, or even 50 or older, I don't know what the date is, that would have to be figured out, is we're going to guarantee you're going to get your Social Security. All right? Now, whatever we need to do that, maybe it's the offset of the people that forego their Social Security. We're going to guarantee that you're going to get your Social Security. Maybe it's 45 and over. All right? And you're like, Roderick, I'm 44, I'm 43. Okay. So that was number two. Guarantee that at a certain age, everybody over that's going to get it. All right. Then, anyone under that, we're going to create an account, like a Roth IRA account, not with limits. So there's a limit on a Roth IRA. Let's not put any limits on it. All right. If you are under 45, let's say, and you've paid into Social Security, we will estimate what you paid in, and we'll give you a percentage of that to open up a Roth IRA type account. However, that Roth IRA type account is not going to be run by the government, because the government obviously just robbed us of billions of dollars. We don't trust them, so we're going to put it in charge, pick 4 or 5 or 6 companies, and you get to choose what company you're going with. And they get bonuses, the companies get bonuses based on your growth, right? So that's their fee. Now, no one works for free, so they shouldn't do it for free, but they should be incentivized to grow your account, all right? And if it loses, they lose, all right? So they need to know that going in. And so everybody then is guaranteed a retirement that is kind of sponsored by the government, but not administered by the government, not run by the government. All right? I don't know what you call it. Don't call it Social Security. Call it, a retirement fund or whatever it is, and keep that consistent. That right there would at least get us to a point where we can, help. These people are going to need that money. All right? Now, the people that are in their 20s, retirement is so far away. I get it. When I was in my 20s, I didn't even think about retirement. Give me a break. And so they also get to create a Roth IRA type. And what I mean by Roth IRA is it's post-tax money that grows tax-free. So that at some point, when you're 62 or 65 or whatever the agreed upon date is, you get that lump sum if you want it, or you can get it paid out by month or by year, however you want it distributed to you. But it's your money. And let's say the government does contribute a percentage, whatever the percentage is. The thing is, it's going to grow way bigger than Social Security. And so whatever you put in it, plus whatever the little government, even if the government just puts in 1% or 0.5% or whatever per year, That's going to grow tremendously. The earlier you start it, the better off you are in the long run. This protects literally everybody that is of, 62 and older. But don't play games with, well, now you need to be 70 to get it. Now you need to be 75 to get it. Don't play games with that. Acknowledge it today, and that fixes the problem. Now, I'm sure there's a ton of other possibilities, and I feel like every time there is something out there, it's shady. It's someone benefits from it. Some congressperson's family runs the whatever, and it's just shady. So I'm just a 55-year-old teacher who's been studying it a bit. I'm certainly not a lawyer or a congressperson. I have nothing to gain other than I like, people that are of age that have paid into it to not be robbed of that money that they've been paying into for their whole life, and of which one of those is me and pretty much everyone I know. And everyone has paid into it, by the way. So, let's not rob our citizens of the money, which Congress did do for sure. But let's try to fix it rather than complain and blame the other side. Look, you're both to blame, Republicans and Democrats. You're both to blame. Go back and do research. There's no lockbox. It was just a bunch of money that you stole, or your not ancestors, but the people that came before you in Congress stole. Now, whether they stole it and put it in their bank account, or stole it and build a bridge in their area to get elected, I don't know. So this is one suggestion. Please, President Trump, hear this. Please do this. This will help a lot. All right. Thanks for watching. If you like this, comment on it, no problem. I'm just trying to help people. If you like this, follow me. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on YouTube. Follow me on Facebook. All the socials. And share it. Share it with everyone you know. All right? Thank you so much for following me. The millions that watch my reels and my content, I appreciate you. There's more coming. JRod loves you.